Hi everyone, Nick Kratikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and I am finally back. So it's been a while since we've been live. We've just been having a hectic time over here. We've been doing some yard work, we've been cleaning and organizing up here in my new studio. I say new, but we've been here 6, 7, 8 months probably now. And what we've also been doing is filling storage totes full of free ribbon and free mesh and sending it to a lot of customers that order from nicksseasonaldecor.com. Dad did miss a few people, so if you're one of those people, I do apologize. And you can shoot me a message and we can send out a free roll in your next order, or couple rolls actually, because we just have way too much ribbon. So tonight I thought we would work with some color. It's been a while since we've worked with, hey Michelle, nice to see you. It's been a while since we've worked with some color. I'm not going to do super bright colors, but we're going to be working in a lot of pinks and purples and shades in between. I'm seeing a lot of angry faces. I don't know what that's about. But we're going to be using some peonies too. So I spray painted this grapevine wreath, a beautiful purple color. This purple grapevine, ooh, sad faces now too. Uh-oh, I don't know who's here, but here's the peonies. The grapevine, I painted a very light pastel purple, and we've actually used that color before in the wreath community. We've designed with it using a faux du peony that we have in stock. Today, we're going to be doing a completely different style wreath, but this purple, how pretty is that color? And as you come in, if you're catching the replay, do me a favor right off the bat and let me know that you're tuning in at a later point. I always appreciate it. It lets me know, who comes back and watches my videos at a later point, and it motivates me to continue doing tons and tons of lives. So we're going to start with a little bit of this lavender here. This is a foam and felt bush, and you can find products. These ones came from a local store, but you can find products available at nicksseasonaldecor.com, including some of those peonies and other foliages we're going to be using today. We have a lot of stuff coming in next week. Lots of summer, lots of patriotic, as well as a lot of Christmas and fall and Halloween. Tons of stuff coming in, probably 10 to 12 pallets. And me and the family are a bit nervous because we're not quite sure where we're going to put it. So we got to figure that out. We have already run out of space here. Hey, Linda, nice to see you. So I'll move those peonies out of the way. We're going to start with these. So the ribbon I've decided today, I'm thinking we're going to do a traditional bow and use an off-white ivory colored ribbon. But we're going to start with our lavender first. We have this in a couple different colors. So all I'm doing is I'm just pulling apart each leaf, opening it. Hey, Kathleen. Kathleen tries to watch every video twice. I appreciate that. More than you'll ever know. The whole point of these Facebook Lives, at least for me, is to inspire you guys. As I've said from day one of selling supplies, that is not my main goal, nor my main intent. We do appreciate each and every one of you that do support our website, but I try not to be salesy. I try to just inspire and motivate and teach you guys. So here's 2 pieces of fern. This actually came off of this lavender bush. We can work them in. I'll place one down below and one up top. That looks good to me. We have a few more pieces. No, Marianne, these are 18-inch grapevines. So we carry a lot of different styles of grapevines, including squares, ovals, rounds, both 18-inch and 14-inch, but we don't carry 16-inch. I've never used a 16-inch, at least I don't think. And, 18-inch has always been that perfect size, and if you're looking for smaller, I do 14-inch. But keep in mind, you guys, 14, 16, and 18, depending on the way you use your products, and I've showed you how to do it in the past, depending on how you use them, all of those 3 grapevines, whatever you have on hand, you can absolutely make work. So 14-inch grapevines, you can extend to be about a 24-inch wreath, which is really big when you think about it. So, don't be too caught up in the sizes of your grapevines because we can always make it work. So we worked in the purple version. Let's work in this pink version now. It's the same exact product, just different colors. Hey, Tracy, nice to see you. Kay is from North Carolina. So another topic that has been floating about in the Kratikos household. As most of you guys know, the house that I live in is the house that I grew up in, along with my siblings. My dad purchased our house back in 1992, I want to say. So it's all I've ever known. My small town in Massachusetts is all that I've, been around. But Dad is thinking about moving. So in Massachusetts, the cost of living For those of you that are in state, you know exactly how crazy it can be. 45 minutes north of Boston, it's just for commercial buildings and properties. A, there's nothing available, and B, what is available is absolutely outrageously expensive compared to the rest of the country, or at least, most of the country. So Dad is thinking about moving. So for those of you that are watching this right now, do me a favor. Let me know where you live and kind of what makes it special. So if you don't mind doing that, I would appreciate it. So we're just in the talks of it. But Dad really, Dad wants to get away from the winter too. Another thing too is that we've always lived right by the coast, so Dad doesn't want to be too far from the coast. But who knows? Who knows, right? You never know. So there's another piece of the fern. We'll place that there. Yes, Massachusetts is crazy. Hey, Mary, nice to see you. Massachusetts is no joke. Let's work in some more of this. So we got our fern in place. We got a couple of these filler flowers in place. We have a few more pieces we can work in. Might as well work them in. We're not going to save them. And our final piece, I'll just snip the stem off and we'll place that down below. So I'll lift up and work it here. How pretty is that purple and pink combo? Do you guys like that? Marilyn's from South Carolina. We love the Carolinas. We took a trip there many, many years ago to Myrtle Beach. And it was absolutely stunning. So here's the ribbon we're going to use. You can find this in our shop. Item number of RG1278C2. And I know I have a partial roll somewhere, but we've just been giving away all the partial rolls. It was, I have a few reeds to pack on the floor right now, but we made a lot of progress up here in my studio over the last week and a half or so. It's been really nice to be able to actually walk instead of do kind of like gymnastics over all the reeds and supplies. So we packed all of our reeds up. We've been shipping all of our reeds out. We've actually donated a bunch of reeds as well. But you guys, we make a lot of reeds a day. Both for content, for the wreath community, for you guys. We make a lot of reeds. And we only got so much room, right? So again, just a traditional bow. Hey Peggy, hey Regina. So as you can see, I'm not really measuring them perfectly. That's not how I do things. If I have to sit there and measure each loop, I will drive myself crazy. But if you want more in-depth bow tutorials, let me know. I haven't done a new series in a long time. But I know a lot of you struggle with bow making. And my biggest tip is to not put as much thought into it as you may think. I see lots of designers really, over-criticize their bow making skills and, scrutinize every step along the way. And what I've learned over the years is if it's looking ugly in your hand, once it comes time to fluff, you can really do wonders when you fluff your bows. So don't be too caught up in the moment. And if you're just starting making bows, give it some time. Practice definitely helps. I'm going to place our tails underneath. I don't know how long I cut those, but probably about 28 inches or so. I like my tails to be a lot longer than most. So we'll tie that bow together. Then what we can do is place our bow in the wreath. So I'm thinking instead of going up all the way, we'll place it right about here. I really like that super dramatic drop that we have underneath this bow. Being really straight down. I think that looks really nice, so I kind of want to keep that. But also too, you guys, I think my absolute favorite tutorial is premiering tonight. I recorded 2 new reeds earlier, both of which are patriotic. Actually, do you guys want to see them real quick? Let me know if you want to see them. Maybe I'll give you guys the sneak peek. And at the end of each video, I always forget though, I'm so awful at that. I'll have a keyword that you guys can comment and it'll let me know who stayed the entire duration of the video. See, look at how much smaller this loop is than the one above it. Is that noticeable? Once I point it out, drastically different lengths, and it still looks beautiful when all's fluffed out. This one's smaller than that one. This one's much longer than that one. They're all different lengths, and it still looks beautiful. So don't be too caught up with the length of your loops. It'll still look pretty. And if it doesn't, oh well. Time to make another bow then. All right, you guys want to see that wreath? Hey, Pamela. So I don't spray my wreaths with anything. This is a Krylon paint. I highly recommend Krylon Fusion. They have a great spray paint, and you know it does a great job. Hopefully one of these days they'll sponsor me. But these were, that spray paint really, looks great. I love the matte finish. I don't like anything shiny, and it holds up really nicely outside. It'll probably outlast your flowers, to be honest. All right, let's grab those wreaths. So our first wreath that I made is using not even a full roll of ribbon. I'd say about half a roll of ribbon. And this is our new ribbon. This is a double-sided ribbon. It has the stripes on one side and then the stars on the other. So we made this simple wreath. Just was a couple minutes and a couple bucks to make it. And then the leftover portion of that roll, look what we made. And this one only took 10 or 15 minutes as well. It was just about cutting all of the individual pieces. But I think that turned out so cute. So hands up if you like those. Those 2 tutorials are in one video. More than likely they'll premiere at like 8:50, 9 o'clock Eastern time tonight. So let's roll up our tails. I like to roll them up. I think it looks pretty. But a quick tip for those of you in business, first of all, let me know if you design as a business. But if you do, a quick tip is to cut your tails longer. It creates a much more stately looking wreath, and it just makes the wreath look so much longer because your eye is drawn all the way down from those tails. So I'm definitely an advocate of longer tails. Now we have these peonies. We have these in stock for about $4 or $5. FS 321422. We're going to work in 3 today. And maybe, I'm feeling lazy, maybe we'll just keep the flowers together and then just snip it off here. That's what we'll do. We have a few others as well that we can work in. Here's our next one. Cut off that tag. Thank you for the shares. I appreciate it. When you guys share my videos, what happens is it, reaches other people that may not have seen our videos in the past, and, we could inspire them as well. Did I only bring 2 of those up? I brought 3. You guys know, I just want to inspire you, so we'll cut our 3rd, 1.5 inches below the lowest leaf node, and we can work these in now. So we'll separate the blooms. Our first one, let's stick here. Fluff it open. Yes, longer tails. Of course, you're welcome for that tip. I love when my tails are longer. I think it always looks great, no matter what you're doing. There's our second. And our 3rd will go on this side. Just a matter of deciding if we want it uphill or downhill. I think we'll do a little bit of both. So I'll just lift. See if it'll go in. There we go. Okay. 3 larger peonies are in place now. Now it's time to work in our 3 smaller ones. You love that wreath? Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's lift you up a little bit. All right. We have these ones now. And do I want to work those in? I do want to work those in. So let's work those in too. So these ones are only a couple bucks. FS3 21546. And we have all sorts of peonies in at the moment. Okay, so we'll snip 3 of those stems off too. I like to work in, threes. One thing that I'm kind of an advocate for is doing what you enjoy and what you like. If you want to work in one, so be it. Two, so be it. We've done that many times. I typically advise you create with what you have before going out and purchasing other things. So if you have just one stem that you want to work in, just use that one stem. There's no rule set in stone with designing. You could be putting together colors that, traditionally don't work together or every single other person hates. And if you like it, that's all that matters. There's been designs out there that I absolutely love that I've created. And then we'll get a comment saying, I don't like it or not my favorite. And that's totally fine. Everybody has different tastes and different styles. I think we'll take this one and place it down below too. And then just have one up top. So I'll just dip and try my best at poking it in. There we go. That one will just be down below. And then we'll place our third and final one up top. Hi from Michigan. Yeah, so if you're just tuning in, let me know where you're from. Okay. Now, should I work in some dahlias? What do you guys think? Show of hands, should we work in just a couple sprays of this? For, even more of a pop of color? We already have a lot of color on this already. Well, to me. Some of you guys might be like, Nick, you just worked in 2 colors. But hey, I'm trying here. This is a lot more color than most of our reeds, I'd say. So yes to the dahlias, no to the dahlias. Let's see. Alabama, ooh. Hey, Nelda. Nelda says yes. Let's wait. Let's see a few more people. Laces from beautiful Illinois. We'll be in Illinois in a few weeks. We'll be in Illinois in a few weeks. In a few more weeks, we'll be in Dallas, Texas. So how many of you guys are from Texas? I know we have a big following in Texas, and most of our products ship to Texas as well. So item number of MTF 23363. These we have in about 4 or 5 colors in, and these are a real touch dahlia. So these feel incredibly real. They're very soft. And I think they call them fresh cut. Let's see. What's it say? Fresh cut, just cut is what they call. What they call them. So just cut triple dahlia spray. Let's lift up. We'll place that one a little bit closer to the bow. We'll take this one and we'll place it in front of the bow. Another thing too, you guys, just because you don't see every nook and cranny of every product does not mean it's not necessary to add it. So around your bows, above your bows, and under your bows should always contain some greenery or some flowers or something that ties it in with the rest of the wreath. Let's place that one there. And we'll adjust them after the glue hardens. Okay. We'll place this piece, since it's nice and long, above the wreath. We'll place it there. And I think I want to add one more flower. We cut 2 of these sprays off. I think I'm missing a flower. Did I drop one? I couldn't tell you. But let's work in one more piece of it. We'll save this flower for something else. Or I may just work it in 2. I don't want to save it. We'll work it in. Fluff your bow open. Constantly fluff. And our final flower we'll place somewhere else. Let's figure out where we want to place this. Beautiful, thank you. All right, final flower. I'm thinking we'll stick it here. Let's do that. So if you haven't texted me yet, make sure to text me. That way you get notified each and every time we're live or when we share new tutorials. Last night I sent a text about Yaya's baklava recipe. We're working on adding those to the website soon. So by a show of hands, how many of you guys are interested in seeing written forms of Yaya's recipes? Alex actually sat down with her and me the other day, and we wrote down about 10 to 15 of her recipes. And you guys know that those recipes, the books Yaya had to read them from, she wrote those books, those recipes down in the 60s, in the 70s, and the 80s. So those recipes have been around for a very long time, and she's been making them ever since. But yeah, the number is 978-396-9150. All you have to do is just say hey, and you'll be added to our text alerts. So I'm just going to roll those tails up a little bit more. Peggy says more recipes, yes. And that, after a little bit of fluffing, is how tonight's wreath turned out. What do you think? I think that turned out very pretty. So some of these supplies came from a local craft store. Others are available at nicksseasonaldecor.com, including the ribbon, the dahlias, the peonies, both different types. These are only a few bucks, and the pipe cleaner. So we also have pipe cleaners. More is to come in the next week, including different colors. So once again, thank you all so much for the shares, the hearts, and the comments. My main goal is to teach you guys and inspire you guys, and I hopefully have done a good job at that. If you haven't made a bow yet or a wreath yet, definitely do. And if you don't mind, sharing a picture with us, I always love to see what you create. Me and Alex get a real kick out of it and love seeing all of the tags you guys have done. So we appreciate each and every one of you. I love you, and thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts. That turned out pretty? Ooh, also don't forget, I forgot our keyword. So our keyword tonight will be dahlia. Let's do dahlia. And in about a half hour or so, this wreath will premiere. How cool is that? So we made this wreath and this wreath using a single spool of ribbon. So this is a double-sided ribbon, and we were able to create 2 simple wreaths out of it. So stay tuned. That tutorial will be posted on Facebook, and I won't be sending another text for that because I know some people don't like double text. So we'll probably send one out for tomorrow because I think these are too cute to miss. So very simple and very inexpensive. So once again, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.